Salutations, fair game with TJ on room. A very great topic from Rich Paul's interview on Gil's Arena. One segment of that episode was speaking on LeBron facing more criticism than Michael Jordan ever had to face. Is it true? False? Before I get into those factors, watching Mike play, he was a one of one, first of his kind. There was no one to be compared to when it came to Mike. He was raw, he did his thing, was boogieing on cats, dominating, killer instinct, the assassin when it was his time era, the kid once he overcame the Pistons, the Lakers. It was his show to do what he had to do in the NBA to make it a global brand. Now, did it come with a lot of, I want to say before he was winning, was he getting criticized? Sure, he was. Maybe on local newspaper, national print media, here and there. Sam Smith coming out with a book, a lot of controversy back then on that. They said Horace Grant was a mold. Other people in the locker room was the sources of that book. Still, that is light work compared to what LeBron, Ramon, James goes through currently in this day and age. Social media, we can't undersell that. We have Instagram, we have Facebook groups, Twitter, content creators that has to pick a side, yay or nay, positive, negative. What sells in this world? We gravitate towards the negative factor. LeBron gets it tenfold criticism. He's always compared to Mike. Mike want to do this way. He want to go about it that way. Mike never had that. He never faced a criticism when it pertains to really the game of basketball. After he won, is what I want to say. When LeBron won, it's still the criticism of he has to do more. He was in his 20th year. He's held to higher expectations in his 20th season. He expected to win a championship. This upcoming season, he is expected to win a championship. If that doesn't happen, his legacy is always questioned. We pick apart at his game trying to tear him down. When Mike was on the Wizards, we knew after a while Mike had an itch to play, his love for the game. Was he the original Mike before winning the championship, prime Mike? Absolutely not. Was he Mike on the second three-peat when he had the old man game? No, he wasn't. Those Wizards years, he did not make the playoffs. Could that happen in this era? Not accomplishing a goal. You can just play a season or two and not have no expectations when you are considered the GOAT at that time. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, in this current news cycle, he's going to catch all types of arrows. We have to be honest with this, as well as give LeBron credit for maintaining through this. Every fan, whether he is loved, he's going to have double the haters. That's the way it is. Don't even enter Kobe Bryant in this argument either. He gets some of those Kobe fans that attacks and bring that element of not something you can see on the stat sheet, not the seasons of dominance LeBron has shown. It's this old adage of he's not doing it how they doing it. That's also criticism, many criticisms from the older generations of he's I'm trying to find a proper word for it, but he just doesn't exhibit what Mike did, what Kobe did. Why is that a problem if he was winning? Magic Johnson smiled. Larry Bird, he had a quality about him. He didn't have to do it one way, but for whatever reason, since Bron doesn't have this quote unquote killer mentality, he doesn't have the will to win. He isn't tough. He isn't strong. Well, explain dominating in year 21 coming up. There hasn't really been no drop off within LeBron James' career. But in all of those GOAT debates, in the barbershops, Facebook groups, anywhere, water cooler talk at work, does Bron ever get the benefit of the doubt? No, he catches all of the arrows. His story isn't even finished, but it is what it is. I agree with Rich Paul. I think Bron is the GOAT. He had way more expectations coming out of high school. Mike had I won't say the underdog factor. He spent years in North Carolina before he came and dominated versus a high school kid who was called the chosen one, Sports Illustrated, things of that nature. And you know what happened when someone else dubbed him the chosen one? He got criticized for somebody else calling him that. Bron didn't come up with that name. That was Sports Illustrated to bring proper context or bring reality. Don't let truth get in the way of a good narrative to tear someone down. It was an interesting point that Rich Paul had when it came to that particular segment on the show. I was definitely vibing with the knowledge, the insight, his relatability when it came to said topics.